Here's a look outside right now. Our temperatures are in the 50s and the 60s. It's nice now, nice and mild. So if you're up early with us at the 5 o'clock hour, get out and enjoy it, although it's still pretty dark out. We do have a little bit of cloud cover overhead, some showers trying to develop, but really none of this moisture is reaching the ground. It's actually evaporating before it gets there. So rain not an issue for us today, and we're going to stay dry and we're going to stay warm today. But the one big change, yesterday it started to get a little breezier. Today the winds increase even more. They'll be out of the west and southwest. We'll look for some blowing dust, especially for the eastern side of the state. And our fire threat, it's going to go up for today. We'll talk about that red flag warning coming up in just a second. But here's a check of those winds outside this morning. Already 20+ mile-an-hour winds over for our far eastern zones as we take into Farmington and into Gallup. Winds are around 12 miles an hour, and this will continue to grow. I think our strongest winds will be from about the 3 to 7 o'clock hour. But you can see sustained winds almost statewide through the day in that 10 to 30 mile-an-hour range, with a few pockets up to about 30 to even 50 miles an hour. So we mentioned that red flag warning. Here it is. You can see almost the entire state is involved with this red flag warning throughout your Wednesday afternoon. Parts of northwest New Mexico and parts of southern Colorado not involved in that warning for us, but overall not a good day to be burning as we are tracking the winds. And really this is the culprit for it. This storm system is going to be moving just to the north of us right now. You can see it pushing just to the northern part of Colorado, and it's going to keep all the moisture with it. We're just going to get the winds on the south side of the system. But as it does move towards the Midwest, by tomorrow, the winds will die down just a bit, but it will still be breezy outside, just not dealing with 20 to 30 mile-an-hour winds, more along the lines of 10 to 15 mile-an-hour winds with lots of sunshine for your Thursday. So for today, windy and comfortable with the temperatures. 67 degrees in Los Alamos and in Taos today. Tucumcari carry up to 87 degrees. In Clovis, we'll get to 83 degrees for your Wednesday afternoon. But here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Southern Colorado, lots of sunshine and breezy. West wind 10 to 15 miles an hour. We'll get to 64 in Cortez, 61 degrees in Durango, and 59 in Pagosa Springs. In the north and west, it's 67 today for Farmington and 66 for Cuba. Sunny and breezy with the southwest wind 15 to 25 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 35 miles an hour. Into the south and west, temperatures climbing into the 70s and 80s. Glenwood up to 74. TRC up to 81, and Silver City will get to 75 degrees. Very windy conditions. Could even see gusts today in the southwest up to 50 miles an hour. Then tomorrow we'll have a mini cool down by just a couple of degrees. In Silver City we'll get down to about 71. Then into the southeast, windy, sunny skies. A southwest wind 20 to 30 miles an hour with gusts as high as 40. We'll climb up to 85 in Fort Sumner, 85 as well in Hobbs, and 89 degrees in Roswell. Then tomorrow we'll be tracking low 80s and lots of sunshine. In the north and east, very windy here. We'll be watching for some areas of blowing dust. So I-25 up towards Raton, you may have an issue with some visibility. Do keep that in mind. But we will climb to about 75 degrees in Raton and in Springer, and 82 degrees in Conchas. As we take you into the northern mountains, we'll get to 57 in Chama and 67 degrees in Los Alamos. Very windy for today with a west wind 20 to 30 miles an hour. Then the next couple of days will actually cool down just a bit. Into the East Mountains today, windy and dusty, 69 degrees in Cedar Crest and in Sandia Park. And in Moriarty, we'll climb to about 75 degrees with the west wind at 20 to 30 miles an hour, gusting as high as 40. Into the metro area, lots of 70s today in the Heights. We'll get to 76 degrees, and in downtown, a high today of 77, but very breezy. Sustained winds all the way up to 25 miles an hour and getting gustier at times. Tomorrow will be just a touch cooler, but then we'll warm right back up by the end of the weekend. And this weekend is when we're going to be tracking our next storm system. Not necessarily a lot of rain for us here in Albuquerque, but other parts of the state.
We always get missed.
I know, we always get the shaft there.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Cassandra.